right, welcome to the Hivecast. Finally got
Things
it.
are back to normal.
Things are back to normal.
Mm.
Oh
So
boy,
before what? Oh, is that Nick's
Oh,
mic? Oh, okay, there you
things are not back to normal. My internet just went out.
go. uh, so what were you gonna say before we started recording?
Okay, so about the thing that Nick said, right? About the dude who mocked his ex right in front of him.
Yeah.
So I remember, and it was funny because watching Pokemon currently. Me and one of my friends in eighth grade were talking about Pokemon. And some girl comes up and she's like, "Oh, I like Pokemon." And we were like, "Oh, what's your favorite Pokemon?" She's like, "Pikachu." And I looked at him and went, "Pikachu."
Wow.
something is just there's some untapped humor in mocking someone
Right to their face.
right in front of them. That's
And she was like, "What? He's cute." And I was like, "Name 10 other Pokemon right now."
that's like imagine all
I
three of
didn't
us.
say that actually, but I.
That's like imagine all three of us sitting on a table and I ask you, "Oh, what's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card?" And you're like, "Dark Magician Girl." And I just look at Jade. I'm like, "Dark Magician Girl."
Now I'll be like Blockman.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
did I tell you guys what happened when I went into Sam's
No. Did you
for the
mock
interview?
the interview?
No, no, I did no.
Did you get blocked, man?
I did not. I wish I got blocked, man. No, but like, so my grandma took me, and then like I walked in, like I was like shaking, and then I walked in, like the second my foot went into the door, my testicles grew like 5 times, and I went to the
Testicles.
lady. I went to the lady at the reception desk, and I was like, I'm here for an interview. And then like she's like, okay, what you want to do? You want to traverse the maze and go all the way to like where the restrooms are, where the stairs are, and that's where the offices are. I'm like, all right. And then I was like,
Imagine one day you go to an interview and then you're like, I'm here for an interview, and they're like, all right, and they hand you a scroll.
it's a quest. But and then like I traversed my maze with ease, but my grandma was having trouble because she didn't know where to turn. But I got to the stairs and some lady comes running up, and she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm here. I went looking for you. I guess they told you to come over here. And then I go up the stairs and I'm like, oh, I'm going into the sacred area. And then uh, we sit down and like the whole interview thing happens. I don't think I need to go in detail with that. But when I was walking out, I looked down the hall and I saw like some dude get like a soda from the machine, and he was walking like real depressed. And I was like, I feel this man. I think I'm gonna like it here.
You ever do that? You ever look
Oh,
at random people just doing random things and they're like, "Yeah, you got this, bro. You got it."
whenever I
Sometimes when I go to work, I'll assess whoever's cooking before me. So like I'll see who's cooking and I'll look at him and sometimes I'll just look at him and be like, this guy has no idea what he's doing. He looks so lost.
I still remember that one time you told us that there was that one dude, and you just said, no, no, just clean up, give me this, and go home.
That's how it was today too. There's this one guy I used to see potential in him and it's just gone. And
Did he? Did you lose respect for him or what?
pretty much he messes around. He doesn't know how to work correctly, I guess you would say. But what happened was he know the one thing I will say that I like about him. He knows what I like. So like when I come in, I don't have to ask him for anything. Everything's already done. Because I always like whoever's there. I always tell them clean half of the grill, restock my seasoning, restock my oil, restock my meat, get me the pancake mix, restock my bun oil, my seasoning. I think I said that already, and give me a cap for the water. And the good thing is I go in and everything's already done. So I'm like, okay. But I feel like I shouldn't need to say this, but I also expect him to actually do his job and put down the meat that they need. I walk in, I look at the screen, the screen that has the orders. It says 24 large meat. I look down at the grill. There's 8, and I just look at him. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, you can leave. Just go.
Like for him, that must be like the biggest flex is telling him to go home.
I always tell him like that one time I was really frustrated. I just sent the guy home myself. Well, usually I'll be like, just ask the manager that's in charge if you can go, and you're good because I already said you can go.
What's the biggest baller movie you ever played?
Like in terms of what?
Well, like something that made you feel like big man on campus.
My manager gave me. We have this really big, heavy tub that it works as a filter for the fry station. It's to like filter out all the oil and like the fries that get stuck on the bottom and stuff like that. And he gave it to me, and he's like, it's really hot. Like I just got it. Like you're not gonna be able to clean it. You're gonna have to wait. And I was like, yeah. And I just freaking lifted it and put it in the sink, like straight out of the fryer, just like burning hot. I just grabbed it. I mean, I had gloves on, but he was not expecting it, and I was like, yeah. And I was like, I bet you didn't expect that, did you? And he was like, no, I didn't.
What was your biggest baller move? When were you big man on campus?
When I grabbed the phone off the wall in math class, and then you went to go get yours, and you said no.
It's your biggest baller move flexing on me.
Yeah.
Dang.
Or maybe
Wow.
not having to write a MLA paper in sophomore year.
I had a
When did
lot of
that
big
happen?
baller moves in school.
We were just there, and I remembered from the previous year, I was like, I don't like writing MLA. So the teacher gave us like a bunch of like articles about space or whatever, like spaceships. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And she's like, you're gonna have to do it a lot next year, right? I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to do it right now. And she's like, okay, but you're gonna end off the year with a 70. And I was like, okay. Sir, like
Wow.
our sophomore year, like they just didn't care. They're like, okay.
My
And
sophomore year, I left campus like every day.
There was like a difficulty spike, man. I swear, like 9th grade and 10th grade were so easy, and now it's just like, what happened?
Speak for yourself, dude. I coasted.
yeah, I think my only problem with school was the whole situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
Other
had
than
any
that,
problem with academics. Like sometimes I had like I remember for my professional communications class, we had to do a lot of dumb projects. Like she wanted us, and I don't mean like oh it's hard. I mean like it was just outright stupid. Like she wanted us to do a project where we had to like lip sing a song in front of the class. It's supposed to be about like oh getting outside of your shell, like not being scared. And she's like, if it makes you uncomfortable, you don't have to do it though. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. And I had a low grade in the class, and she's like, are you sure you might not pass? And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't care. And she's like, you're gonna have to call your parents and let them know, like, to acknowledge that if you fail, that it's your fault. I'm like, okay. I called my mom and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do the project. And she's like, why? And I'm like, oh, because I don't want to. And she's like, oh, okay.
I swear, when like the teachers make you call your parents, and like your parents like they could care less. It's like the teachers don't know what to do. They're like, oh, it didn't work.
My secret move. It failed.
I've
How can
never
this be?
seen it go right. Oh my god! Did I ever tell you guys
What?
about pre-K?
What about
No.
pre-K?
There's this one kid. I still remember his name. I was about to dox him and say his full name, but uh, we called him Donnie. His name was Jerome, but we called him Donnie. And it was funny because the pre-K teacher Donnie was not a very good kid. He always would throw fits and say, God dang, I'll be back.
Donnie came for him.
Well.
Donnie came for him, dude. Donnie said,
Donnie said, hey, I heard you doxing me.
Donnie said, I swear I didn't hear you say my name. Elementary school, like, it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah. I remember one time I missed like 2 days in a row because my leg was diseased or something.
What the hell?
Huh.
So like I would put on bandages and my leg would start bubbling.
You're a boomer.
From Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, Donnie wasn't a good kid. He was one of those kids who did a lot of stuff for attention. He
Oh, so
would,
like any girl in high school.
more like girls in middle school. They're a lot worse. But I remember one time she was like, my teacher was like, Donnie, go to the principal's office, and he's like, I don't want to. And she's like, what? He's like, I said I don't want to. And she was like, go to the principal's office. We're going to call your mom. And he's like, I don't care. And my teacher picked him up.
Like by the neck?
No, like by the waist and threw this child over her shoulder and walked to the principal's office. And that was by far the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I swear it's weird because in elementary is where I've seen the most messed up stuff.
In elementary, they used to tell me that a janitor hung themselves in the freaking bathroom.
We used to have rumors like that about our school. They're like, "Oh, someone killed themselves in the school restroom," and I was like, "Wow,
Oh, is it me?
is that something you should be telling your students?" No, this was 6th grade. You didn't exist then.
Oh, I guess I wasn't born yet.
Dang, he freaking roasted you, bro.
I guess Nick didn't meet my mom yet.
In my
No.
point of view, you didn't exist yet. You were just a figment. You were just a figment of reality.
'Cause I remember like all the most messed up things I've ever seen has always been from elementary. Like I watched a girl have a stroke. I watched one of my teacher's wives have a heat stroke. Some kid busted their head open on the playground. It's weird because I was in a very like sheltered school.
I wasn't. I remember they couldn't pay for the light bill in my school. The lights would flicker on and off. I remember by far my favorite middle school moment was when the power went out. Oh man. Remember that, Jay?
I don't remember. The only time I remember the power going out was in elementary.
That was a blackout, and you know how I dressed, dude. I disappeared.
Do you remember you should be in 7th grade when the AC was out?
Oh, that was just another day in Texas, baby.
Oh, you mean our entire high school?
Oh God, you're right though. There was like 2 classes where it was like freezing, and then every other class you're like, why do I wear a jacket today?
That's
I
doctor
was gonna
school.
say before, but like, no. I was gonna say before, but like 10th grade was so incredibly easy. Like one time in algebra, we had a test, and normally I'd be like, "Oh my God, we have a test, dude! I didn't study. I'm not gonna pass it or something." I don't study regardless, even if I say like, "Oh, I should study." There's a test. I'm like, "Nah, I don't need to." So test day comes, I didn't study. I don't care, and I finished the test the next day, the next Monday, I should say. We're in class, and she's like, "All right, we're not covering anything today because of whatever reason." So I'm there. I start sleeping in class, and then some kid like pushes my shoulder. I'm like, why? No one ever does, like, no one talks to me in that class. I pick my head up, and the teacher's like, "Are you here today?" And I was like, "Huh?" And she was like, "You're the only one who got 100 on your test." I was like, "Huh?" And I just went back to sleep.
Dude, we
That's
had the
pretty
same math
baller.
teacher. Yeah, we did have the same math teacher. I would just sit in the back and watch
I believe we did.
watch the I watched the whole Persona playthrough in that class.
Now, I want to know, right? This year, pre-cal, right?
Hmm.
Me and you would do nothing. We wouldn't pay attention to the lessons, and for some reason, like, we would just get better grades. Like I would get the highest score out of the
And
four of us in that back corner.
yeah, and I just coasted. I coasted with the bare minimum.
Are Jewish girls
Yeah, like I
hot?
don't what?
I said, are Jewish girls hot? Is this
I don't
like
know. You
part
have a
of
Jewish friend.
propaganda? She's just a girl to me. She's nothing. I mean, she's my friend, but I don't see her like that.
Nick's gonna get canceled.
I guess so.
You didn't provide any context to that. I thought you were just talking about like I was so confused. I thought you just straight up said like, "Oh, Jewish people."
No, it's because I'm watching like a compilation of sports moments, and I like saw the Israeli tennis team, and I'm like, dang, they're kind of cute though.
I don't even remember. You just interrupted something, but I don't even know what it was.
Math class.
Oh yeah, math class. Me and Jay like paid the absolute minimum attention in that class. And then I would look at the work. We would look at the work, and we'd be like, "Oh, this is easy," and we just do it. Like one time, we thought we were absolute geniuses because we did just we were looking at it, and he didn't teach us. He was just like, "All right, you guys get up the
I
iPads and look at the
hated that
lessons."
assignment.
And Jay would look at the iPad and look at the questions. He'd be like, "Okay, look. So with this example is how you do this," and we'd go example by example. And I was like, "This is easy." And then we finish it, and we're like, "Dude, we're genius."
I hated that assignment so much.
And then the online classes, like everyone used Brainly. I don't
Yeah.
think that should be something that's a secret. But
Well,
on some of the pre-cal assignments, I would look at like I didn't pay attention to lessons because I was going to look at Brainly anyway, right? But I'm looking at the problems. I was like, okay, hold on. So in the problem, you have like a 7 and a -2, and on all the answers, there's just like a whole bunch of other numbers. This one has a -7 and a 2. I'm gonna pick that one. So I picked that one. It was right. I did that for every single problem on the assignment and the test, and I got 100.
Big pimpin'. It's like, oh, like I think like when I got to like our high school, not the concentration camp. It was
That's fair.
uh, I always hear people like, oh, the education system is a joke. But then like when I got to high school, I'm like, it is. They don't teach us how to like be an adult. They just teach us how to learn and
no one
forget.
does. Not even your parents teach you how to be an adult.
I know you just like you go out and they're like, okay, so the taxes.
You know, the best
What?
thing that I've learned how to put bait on a hook. Let me tell you, if you know, the world goes to poo poo, then you know what? You can find me fishing by the pier.
There's like a comet's gonna be coming in point blank. You can see it in like the sky. You're just gonna be there fishing. This brings good light to see the fish.
I'm gonna jump into the freaking ocean with a spear and be like, I see all of them.
You're gonna get radiation from whatever happens, and you're gonna turn to Aquaman.
I'm gonna come out of the freaking water with a spear with like 3 fish on it and be like, I have my food for the week.
In the middle of a natural disaster, Nick's just like, I am Aquaman. I catch the fish.
It'll be a zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna be fishing. Everyone's gonna be like, "What are we gonna do for food?" You're just gonna hear, you're gonna just hear me casting out the line.
You're gonna hear a
Boom.
wave crash, and everyone's gonna be like, "What is that?" And Nick's just gonna be like, "Anyone want some fish?"
I'm gonna come out of the water like a dolphin and be like, "I got about $3 or $4 in my ice chest."
Nick's gonna be like, "I'm Fish Chan."
Is Master Chief and Astolfo? Is that an official ship now?
I think it was because of that one.
Is that canon? Can someone get 343 on the line?
I think it's canon now. They officially made it canon. Did you see the newest one, Nick?
Astolfo's gonna be in Halo Infinite.
Oh my god, he's gonna be the new AI to replace Cortana. Is it
I
the
can't
one at
believe it.
GameStop?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, is it canon? Because I see Master Chief holding like little freaking plushy Astolfo, and I'm like, is that right? Somebody's sleepy.
Maybe.
It's only 23 minutes in. My dad's about to go to work in a couple minutes. He's gonna be like, "What are you doing still awake? We're gonna go to the island." I'm gonna be like, I'm talking.
We're gonna be like, I'm Eddie Von Halen.
Bruh, your dad comes like, "Oh, what do you why'd you wake up early?" Who said I woke up?
What? Woke up.
Oh, so Nick,
That's what I did to him when I was at the wedding. He was like, "What time did you go to sleep?" I was like, "I didn't."
oh, so Nick, have you loaded up Animal Crossing?
I have it.
You can catch like starfish, squids, clams, pearls.
I like clams.
All you got to do is swim out into the ocean.
Isn't that how you catch fish?
No, you go on the pier.
Yeah, you go on the pier, but sometimes a man doesn't have the equipment, so he goes out and fights the fish with his bare arms.
Sometimes bears do that too.
Yeah, well, bears
I'm
are
a bear.
beasts.
What'd you say, Nick?
I said, I guess I'm a bear.
You just go up to a waterfall and start trying to catch like
I
fish
become a
swimming.
flounder. I just go down to the freaking bottom of the lake floor, the river floor. And I just become one with the ground, and a fish comes up, and I'm like, I just grab it.
I don't think that's what flounders do. I don't think they catch fish. I think they catch other things.
I'm a man flounder.
They eat fish.
And Nick lays flat on the bottom of the ocean.
No, you guys know my secret now.
That you're a flounder.
You guys ever
Someone
had
hooks
flounder
Nick, he
before?
comes up and they're like, "What are
I
you?" And
have
he's just like,
not.
"I'm a
The
flounder."
only fish I've eaten is tuna, salmon, and tilapia.
Oh, you have a. Oh, that's gonna change this year, sweetheart.
You're gonna show up.
I think I've eaten flounder
You're gonna
before.
show up at my house. My mom's gonna open the door, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, honey, I brought some fish for our son." A week later, and the joke is still going.
Oh my god! I swear, we're just like ding dong. So like, Nick, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm home, honey. I brought some catfish. So you've never had catfish?
No, I have not. I haven't had any like out of the ordinary fish.
Catfish out of the ordinary. Down here in the South, we mate with the catfish. We freaking love catfish down here. What do you mean? That's like
Oh,
the fish. That's the fish
I
that
don't think my
like.
dad eats catfish. I don't think he
Uh,
catches
I gotta
very.
fight now.
apparently I'm not in the inn.
Yeah, apparently not, dude. It's all about the catfish and the alligator gar. Now the alligator gar are extra good because you get to shoot them in the head.
I would like to stab it in the head.
No, you can't. They'll
I
they'll eat you.
I have my broadsword.
They're stronger than you, Jade. They'll just
They're
grab
gonna
your
take.
sword
They're gonna
and
take my
reflect it
broadsword.
back at you.
They're gonna grab out their mouth and cut your foot off.
They're gonna be like a stronger swordfish with an actual sword instead of a needle.
Oh my god, that video of the woman being like, "Oh, if you take the fish out of the water, its lungs collapse." Like, what lungs?
It's gills.
They have gills.
It's gills.
Alligator gar is scary.
And assume a fish that you have to shoot is pretty scary.
I feel like most people, they're like, oh, you don't have to shoot an alligator gar. If you're listening to this and you know about fishing, and you think you don't need to listen to an alligator, you don't need to shoot an alligator gar, you tell me. Drop it in the comments. Tell me. But look, I'm telling you right now, if I see something come out of the water that weighs like 15, 20 pounds and it has like teeth sharp enough to bite my hand off if I try to like press it down so it doesn't move, yeah, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me hold you. I'm going to shoot you in the head.
People are like, "It wouldn't attack you if you didn't take it out of the water."
No, they're freaking aggressive, man. I swear.
That's not true. That is not true at all.
You let your kid
What's not
play in the
true?
water, he's gonna come out missing a
That
leg.
they won't attack you if you don't take it out of the water. That's just not true.
They'll attack you, period.
There's stories of people just there's stories of people just going into the water and the alligator's guard's like, lunch.
Leg.
That's a spicy foot you got there.
They'll take it too. They will take your foot.
Clean bite.
Yeah, they'll take it, man. Like those
and if
fish
they
don't mess around.
Your leg's gonna look like the back of a butcher with a slaughterhouse. I don't know.
We should go shark
It's the thought
wrestling.
that matters. Yeah, I would rather not. Okay, if a gar is that bad, I wouldn't want to imagine a shark. If you can kill
I don't know if I told you, Nick. My dad caught a shark one time.
what kind of shark?
Not like a big shark, but like he caught a shark.
Your dad like caught a shark. He unhooked it, held it, and jumped in the water with it.
I caught
He's gonna wrestle it.
I caught a stingray when I was a kid. Those are really hard to hook and get in. They're hard to reel in. They're freaking strong. But yeah, it's nice. Stingray.
I think the stingray was easier for me because it wasn't just me who caught it. It was like me and like 3 other people. So it was that stingray got caught in like 4.
Never had a chance.
I know. He's like, well,
This is the end.
I was catching the stingray at I had to channel the power of Poseidon himself. I freaking hooked him, and I was like, by the gods! I remember I reeled it in. My brother helped me get it on the pier because we were at the island, and we pinned it down and we cut his tail off, and then we let it go. Probably not the right thing to do, but yeah, we did
That
it.
is not the right thing to do. That stingray is 100% dead.
Good. It's not like we cut the whole tail off. We only cut the pointy part off. That way it didn't stab me in my leg when I was 7 and die.
Like that one Australian dude.
Oh, rip. I liked him. He was pretty cool.
I'd like to see a manta ray fight a stingray.
I'd like to see an alligator gar eat a stingray.
I like when you pet the stingray at the aquarium.
Some of those kids don't wash their hands before touching the stingray.
Nasty.
Despicable.
Did I just hear the pufferfish noise? What was that?
Don't worry about
Dude,
it.
oh my god. The freaking alligator gar is scary. You guys know that show River Monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I was talking about the kid who got like his leg eaten by an alligator gar.
Yeah, he caught an alligator gar and he like puts it on the boat and it just freaking straight up bit his hand.
Don't mess with
That
Texas.
dude was insane. Didn't he catch a giant stingray?
If you told me he caught God the fish, I'd believe you. He's insane.
God, the fish. Sounds like a movie.
God the fish.
I am pretty sure I remember watching like a stingray the size of a person just come out of the water one time, and they kept it in like some giant like tarp thing.
CJ, you're scared of the unknown in the ocean. I'm scared of the freaking known already, bro.
I don't know.
They've seen some creatures out there, man.
Brandon, did I tell you that scientists found like giant ocean pockets underneath the earth?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I also saw an article about the sharks swimming around in an active volcano.
In an active volcano?
Yeah.
Like in the
Like
lava.
there's underwater volcanoes. Yeah, and they're just swimming in there. Well, there's still magma, Jay. It's a volcano. It's not like a volcano made out of water. That's a geyser. They're just
Christ.
swimming around there in the heat in a volcano.
Maybe they like
living.
it.
Yeah, like maybe they like the heat.
They're like, toasty.
That is very hot heat.
They're like,
Like you,
toasty. That's what the sharks are saying.
like you
They're like
stick your hand in there and your hand's not coming back out.
they're like, sun not hot enough. Magma.
They're
I don't think they get sun in that depth.
They're like, I'm cold.
For a second, I thought you were talking about that
It's a
one.
bit chilly out today.
I thought you were talking about that one shark that didn't care about the boats and was eating a dolphin.
I've never seen that before.
I sent it to
That
Chad.
was recent. Yeah. There was a shark near the shore, near the beach, in the shallows.
It was
California.
in California.
And everyone was crowded around it. It wasn't one shark either, Jay. It was a few.
Yeah, it was a few sharks.
It was like 4 or 5 eating a dolphin, and everyone was on boats watching. And the sharks weren't like, "Oh, what the hell do you want?" They were like, "Yeah, what about it?"
Have you ever heard of the whales exploding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dead beached whales. They're like very dangerous to be
They
around.
explode. Yeah, there was like one time where like it exploded and flooded the city or something. Or like it caused a massive wave and it was just like, I don't know exact detail. I'm pretty sure it flooded the city or it caused some sort of mass panic.
A lot of the fish down here, they're ugly, man. Like, even if they're not going to bite your hand off, they have the little spikes on top of them. Oh, I hate that.
You guys know the Doge meme?
I would
the buff one and the small one.
Yes.
So right
Yeah.
now we're talking about the shark like up close with the boats and they don't care. I was thinking about like the small Doge being like, who cares about a few boats, and then the large whale shark like, ooh, boat's scary.
The large sharks is like both
Yeah,
scary.
because
The freaking
I think you said it backwards because I thought the one that said a few boats was like
I
the
know, but
small one.
it's different for this because the whale sharks have been like disappearing because they're too scared of the boat, so they go deeper and farther out.
Have you seen the video of, like the humpback whales just like at piers?
I have not.
Like they're very deep piers, but like there's just a humpback whale. Could
that's a
also be fake. I
freaking
mean,
big
I've seen a
gar.
lot of fake whales.
I saw a video of a blue whale smashing on top of a boat.
No,
I
they're
have not
dead.
seen
If
that.
there's people in there, they're dead.
I think the whale might be dead
The
too.
blue whales are massive.
Yeah, they're like up to the size of like three school buses.
I'm trying to think like what would I do if I caught a gar? Because like whenever you catch a fish, or whenever me and my dad catch a fish, we have this piece of rope and we put it through its mouth, uh, and like through the gill, so that way it can't go anywhere, and we drop it back in the water so it doesn't die. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, there's no chance in hell that me or my dad are gonna put our hand in an alligator's gar mouth.
People are gonna look back on this video and they're like, "Hivecast are murderers."
Yeah, you go
I don't
fishing.
even
We're
fish.
from the south, sweetheart. I'll kill your dog.
Your dog barked too loud; it's getting shot.
Oh my god. That's the problem with this generation, man.
They don't see Texas as a threat.
Oh, they're like they see like they see catching a fish as bait and using it as bait as like a crime against humanity.
It's like it's gonna get eaten by
It's
other
gonna
fish
happen
either
either
way.
way. If you're
Yeah,
able to use it as bait, it's probably small enough to get swallowed along with like 50 others of its kind.
I've caught a tilapia before. The casting net.
Hmm.
It's about as big as your hand, give or take.
The tilapia's there covered with like covered with like other
The
small fish.
net.
He's like, get me away from these peasants.
Yeah, I was real surprised when my dad threw out the casting net and like he got a tilapia and I was like, huh, a tilapia, and I was like, what the hell? Like we would get a bunch of shiners, which are real small. Like I would say most of the bait we catch, their size would range from your index finger to your pinky finger in like length.
Yeah,
And then like the
it's real,
tilapia,
real small.
the tilapia is like your entire hand, and I was like, huh.
I thought that would be bigger.
Well, they get a lot bigger, but that was just the size that we got.
Dude, I was surprised when like I was watching the one video. It's like how to fillet every fish, and this dude puts a halibut on the freaking table, and it's like the size of a person's body. Like I
Halibuts,
was in
good. They
awe.
get big, man.
Yeah,
But I mean, I can't talk about it as if I've caught one. Hell no, those are in the ocean. I think. I'm pretty sure those are saltwater.
I only
I'm
I
pretty
only
sure.
fish freshwater.
I was watching this video. These dudes got these football players and they went fishing with them like out in the ocean, and like they were catching like big enough fish. They needed like a whole harness that like the fishing rod was like attached to like their crotch area, and they had like a harness going around like their whole back, and it had counterweights.
Dude, the ocean fish do not mess around. That scares me. Have you ever seen the TV show where they catch tuna?
I have not.
Oh my god! So have you ever, you know how when you go fishing, they have like those little poles you can put your fishing rod in?
Yeah.
hmm
They have those on the boat, like all along like the sides of the boat, like a bunch of fishing rods, and like they'll go out and they'll catch like a freaking 50, 100 pound tuna, like massive tuna, and they fight with them. It's not like all right, I got him. Just like They're like
The
going
hell?
Super Saiyan with a freaking tuna, dude. They get
The
massive.
the video of the football player, dude, they were catching like 300 pound, like 200, 300 pound fish, and like
Oh
he was
my
just like,
god.
ugh, he was just like, ugh, this is hard. And like they pulled it up, and it's like, wow.
Well, he's a football player. He's in shape, dude. These are like fat fishermen.
That's like insane to think about. 200-pound fish. That fish weighs more than me and Jay.
A 300-pound weighs more than me. I mean, I still wouldn't scoff at a 50-pound freaking fish. Heck no.
Yeah, that either. A 50-pound fish is like, it's just 10 pounds lighter than my biggest dog.
Like, I don't mess around with fish, man, because they don't mess around with us. Like, heck no. Like, I feel like I don't need to say this, but they're something else. Quite literally, they are fish, and like, no, just no. If you think you can go in a lake and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna mess this fish up," nah, man. That's like the fish is like you're in
It's
my
gonna be
world
the other
now.
way around.
You're in my world. I think the ocean's pretty cool though. Like other than like the
Oh yeah,
deep,
fish are cool, but they scare me.
I like the videos of like all those mackerels that swim in like swarms, and then like the sharks
Oh, they
or
look
like
cool.
yeah, like the sharks are like are like birds that like just go down and take them off one by one.
Oh yeah, dude. The freaking I don't know why. I just love science stuff like that. Like
The guy
marine biology is definitely something I would do if it was easier.
Yeah, me
I,
too.
guys, I have Disney Plus.
Like
We can watch that ocean movie they made.
I was
Was
just
it
about
called
to bring
Ocean?
that up. I was just about to tell you how
Yeah,
I have
that's
no
in
idea what's going.
elementary we were gonna go on to, or we were gonna go on a field trip to go see the movie Oceans, and I got sick and I was very upset because I didn't get to see the movie.
have you
Wait,
still
wait,
not
wait,
seen it?
guys, real quick,
I still have not seen
Oh,
it.
real quick.
you're in
All
for a thrill.
right, everyone, be quiet and tell me if you can hear the cicadas.
I hear him at my house.
I don't have
Can you hear him, Jay?
cicadas. I have never been privileged.
Wow. No, I have a lot in
Wow,
my
you think
house.
cicadas are privileged?
Oh, don't be one of those people, Brandon. Please, please don't be one of those people. It's like they're annoying.
Actually, wait, no, I think I've had cicadas like a few years ago.
I just wanted to say to flex on all of you that live in cities, you're never gonna hear that in your entire life.
It didn't come up in the podcast. That was their only chance. You think
Especially the people who live like up north. Like if you live in New York, you probably never heard a cicada in the summer. Sucks to be you.
oh, I could just watch a YouTube video on how they sound. That doesn't amount to what they really sound like.
Yeah, you're not gonna wake up to.
Yeah, of course, not you. It's the atmosphere that matters.
I remember the first.
That's why most of the time I find them a little annoying because I'm in like I'm expecting literally anything
Brandon's
else but
worst
cicadas.
nightmares, like waking up in the middle of the night to a cicada and a train coming.
Oh my god.
And then,
Yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Like I normally would not complain. Like if I'm driving, I'm hearing a train, I'm like, yeah, that's expected. But if I'm sitting in my room, I hear a train, I'm like, oh my god, just go out of business.
Why? The poor guy's just living his life.
he hasn't seen his wife for like days.
I know, but I'm like, why you gotta blow your horn, dude?
Why you gotta play?
There's railroad
In case
crossing
there's
things.
kids on the track like you, freaking dumb head.
I don't go on the
You
tracks.
explore, Brandon, you always explore the tracks. You're like, ooh, cool rock.
Brandon, I bet you would go on the track and be like, stop train, and the train's like, beep, beep. And you're like, why are you honking?
I'm about to fight a train.
Yeah, you think you're freaking Superman?
Man of Steel head ass.
I'm just gonna go up to a train and be like, "Stop!" in the name of the
Oh,
law, and
Nick.
they're gonna be like, "Nah," and they're just gonna run over me at freaking Mach 12.
Nick, there's cicadas this month in Animal Crossing.
I know. I kept seeing them when I was walking around.
Do we talk about the cicada we saw on the stairs
Oh
on
my
the
god, the
podcast?
one we bullied. So so our school it has like a bunch of stairwells, like probably 2 stairwells for each wing, and there
It's very open.
yeah it was like end of the day one day, and me and Brandon were going down the stairs from French class. Yeah, we're the weird kids that took French
And,
instead of
and
Spanish.
and for some reason the stairwell was pretty empty. Like I don't think there was a whole lot of
There
people there to
wasn't
witness
we only
this.
saw like one person walk down the stairs, but there was a cicada there, and there's a cicada, and Brandon saw it, and he's like, "Oh, I hate cicadas," and and then he kicked it.
No, I did not. I did not
Yeah,
say
he's
I
like, "I
hate
wish all
cicadas. I was like,
cicadas
dude,
would
there's a
die,"
freaking cicada.
and he
He's like, I'm cicada Hitler. I'm gonna freaking end them.
I didn't even kick it. Like I didn't look at the cicada. I was like, kick. Like I'm pretty sure someone told us to kick it.
Yeah, they're like,
I don't think I normally look at bugs on the floor and like kick.
yeah,
I'm soccer instinct
someone
man.
told Brandon to kick it, and then he kicked it, and it hit the wall, and like it made like a thunk sound. And I remember
It was. I'm pretty sure it was already dead because I think most cicadas would float.
I remember when Joseph got the water bottle to put it in, it was freaking out.
I'm pretty sure it was dead. I don't remember it doing that.
It wasn't. It was freaking out. I heard the noise.
Now I feel bad. Now I feel bad for kicking it. Poor dude was just vibing, and I ruined his vibe by giving him a concussion.
And then he woke up out of the concussion. He was in a bottle. Imagine, dude. People are gonna like comment. Imagine being in a coma and waking up in a bottle.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen to you.
Like
I'm just gonna wake up and
you're gonna wake up and a cicada's gonna have you in a bottle and be like, "How does it feel, Brandon?" That's gonna be your nightmare tonight.
Like I find it so hilarious that this tiny bug made like a thump, like if someone just kicked the wall with a spoon attached there. Yeah.
The cicadas don't have any bones or organs; they're hollow, and that's why the noise is so loud.
They have an exoskeleton.
Yeah,
I remember the other bug I used to see down here a lot was the Hercules beetles. Man, those things are cool.
I never saw
the ones that make the balls.
No, that's a dung beetle. The Hercules beetles are the ones that flip the other ones because they got a horn.
Those. Ants Canada made a video and he had a bunch of them and he named them after Norse gods and they made them fight.
Yeah,
I want to watch that video.
That sounds like the accurate thing to do, man.
There's like a giant bug, like that giant white beetle that has like black spots on it.
I don't.
It's like the size of a person's hand. My dad saw one of those at work, I'm pretty sure. Not recently, like a long time ago.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what they're called, honestly.
Is it the Goliath beetle?
Maybe. It sounds right.
Does it have like velvet like wing flaps?
I don't know about wing flaps.
All beetles have wing flaps.
Yeah, they can fly like short distances, like bursts, like a chicken.
Throw them up, they go like 5 feet.
Man, dude, you know what? I remember we went to the San Antonio Zoo, right? And they have like this one exhibit that's like super like. No, I don't think it was San Antonio. I think it was Moody Gardens in Galveston or Houston or one of those places. and like they have this one exhibit. It's supposed to be like a jungle area. They have a whole bunch of birds like roaming free and whatnot. They have like these small little glass holes in the floor, and one of them was labeled Goliath bird-eating spider.
Oh heck
And I was
no!
like,
Oh,
I don't want to see
oh,
that. And they're
I've
like,
seen one of
wait, look
those.
in there. There's nothing there. And there was no spider in the cage. And we were like, let's move on.
Hmm.
To be fair,
Oh,
there was a little bit like a shrub in there, so it could have been under that. But I mean, those are big spiders, dude.
have you guys ever seen a tarantula in real life?
I have
I have
not.
not.
Man, you guys are sheltered. That's the next question. Have you ever seen a cocoon in real life, like a caterpillar cocoon? In the wild,
Yes.
not in the classroom.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever seen a caterpillar?
Yes.
Oh, dude, you know like those fuzzy caterpillars that are supposedly like venomous or something?
Oh, the
Poisonous,
ugly
poisonous, I
ones
mean poisonous.
that are all furry.
Yeah, one of those got on my leg and I panicked.
Yeah, they're venomous, but they just burn you. It's not like you're gonna freaking touch it and then your eyes are gonna roll back and it's gonna say you died. It's just you're gonna be like just gonna burn.
Yeah, but I was in ape brain mode. I was listening to music and I saw it on my leg and I was like, death in 3 seconds. I was like,
Have you ever seen a soft shell turtle before?
no.
Have you ever seen a
Maybe at like the zoo.
snapping turtle?
No.
NASCAR.
Huh?
NASCAR.
Yeah.
I thought you said Asgard.
Nah, NASCAR turtle.
Have you guys ever seen a rabbit in the wild?
Oh
I
my,
had a rabbit.
I've seen a
Oh, wait,
bunny
yeah.
that was in very critical condition because my dog tried eating it.
Nice.
Back when I lived in La La Land, in the neighborhood I was in,
It's a good name for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
in the neighborhood I lived, whenever we'd go out at night, there'd always be rabbits.
There you go. Let's go. Oh yeah.
Rabbits, let's go first try.
Rabbits, let's go first try. Yeah. What other? Oh, have you guys ever seen a snake in the wild?
Yes, but from a car.
I will say, if you see a snake in the wild, that's scary, bro. Because you're like, what are you?
But
Like-
I saw a video, and this dude was teaching his son how to play fetch with the dog, and he threw the stick, and the dog didn't bring it back. He's like, "Oh, well, the dog brings it back sometimes." And his probably 3 or 4 year old son turned around and picked up a giant ass snake from the bushes.
I thought you were gonna talk about the video where like the dude's playing with his dog and a giant snake is literally about to like pounce straight at the kid. Like he's 1 inch away from biting him and the dog just puts him in the floor.
This kid turned around into the bush and picked up the giant ass snake, and the dad came and he's like, "Oh!" Did he like grab the snake and he like he grabbed the snake and threw it, and he said his kid's name. He was like Malcolm. He's like, "Malcolm, God damn it!"
Is that like a common occurrence?
No, I think it was the first time. But he threw it, and
Malcolm, not again. You always catching snakes.
And like everyone in the comments of the video was like, "Oh, great! Now he's gonna be afraid of something that he shouldn't be." And it's like if you were a parent,
Bruh.
and it's like if you were a parent and your kid
You
picks up,
shouldn't be afraid of snakes.
That's
like-
what I'm saying.
it's like your kid picks up the snake, right? And you're a parent, and instead of being like, "Oh, it might or might not be venomous, it won't hurt him," nah, you're not gonna rationalize. You're gonna be like, "That is a snake. My child is in harm," and grab the snake and throw it.
Like
That is a snake, my child. Put that down.
That's another problem with people today, and I don't even mean like I just mean people. I don't even mean like a certain type of person. Like we're used to like being inside, and like so like when you see a snake, you're not gonna be like, oh my god, you are our freaking ancestors saw a snake and they're like, die, snake, food. Like that needs to be your mentality because like they will kill you. Like freaking especially in Texas, we got a lot of poisonous snakes down here, man. Or venomous, my
Yeah,
bad.
you were going through the list one day.
Yeah, we got cottonmouths, we got coral snakes, we got rattlesnakes, we got rat snakes, and I was just like, wow, I was like terrified because I've seen rat snakes before, and I never thought they were venomous. I was just like, oh, I'd use rats.
Eat the rats.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if it's gonna eat rats, chances are it could probably just swallow one whole.
What kind of snake
Have
do you have?
I have a ball python. It's not venomous. It's chill too. You can pick it up.
It's a constrictor.
Yeah. So it chokes them out, and then it's like,
I'm pretty sure that's the kind of snake
Yeah.
my kindergarten teacher had.
yeah, ball pythons. They're really nice. I recommend them if anyone wants a snake. You should get a ball python because they're friendly too. I've only gotten bit once, and getting bit by a ball python is very rare. It's not something that usually happens. And it was my fault too because my snake threw up because my parents accidentally gave it too much food, and then I stuck my hand in there like, and then it bit me.
Your snake threw up and it's like hungry.
It's because snakes don't have good vision, and like it's like it sees movement and it smells food, and it's like
It
food.
senses heat.
Yeah, it senses heat
With
and
its-
scent.
Yeah.
Its pits, and it's yeah.
I forgot what they're called, but yeah,
Yeah.
it has like two little things that look like nostrils, but in reality,
They're
they
called
sense
pits,
heat.
man.
Yeah.
You can call me Dr. Snake.
Dr. Snake. This will be a new Discovery Channel show.
Yeah, Dr. Snake.
Dr. Snake.
It's gonna be like that gif of Sasuke, essentially, where he's wearing the lab coat and he's laughing, and there's just a bunch of snakes in the background. It's gonna be me. You know, I've always wanted a white snake. I think those are freaking cool.
I've always wanted a turtle as a pet. Just like turtles.
Yeah,
alone.
well, my snake will eat your turtle. Sometimes.
I've had turtles before.
You what?
I've had turtles before.
I've never. Oh, I had that one turtle that ran away.
My cousin used to have a turtle. He was pretty fast, so she named him Speedy.
Yeah,
Very
they're
ironic
fast.
name for a turtle.
Me and my brother are pretty original. We just named them after Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I respect it though.
Wow.
Well, I'm just as guilty because I named my snake Noodle, which is what every e-girl names their snake. So
I mean, like, you see, like,
To be fair, I have a dog named Buddy, but then again, that was not my decision. That's just the only thing he would respond to.
imagine having like a scary ass snake, and it's like, what's your snake's name? Oh, Noodle.
I
Can you
was
imagine that, dude? I cannot imagine going to the zoo and there's like this giant boa constrictor,
Like choking
like
out
the
a rat
python
about
of
to
all
eat it.
pythons, just absolutely massive. Like it's Titana freaking boa. It's just there, and they're just like, "What's that thing's name?" And they're like, "That's Noodle."
It was a big noodle. Like I was either gonna name it Noodle or like the name of Sasuke's snake from Naruto. And I didn't want someone to come over and be like, "Oh, what's your snake name?" And I was gonna be like, "Aoda." They're gonna be like,
That's kind of sus.
Like, huh?
My mom. It's funny. She's so scared of snakes. It's just funny because sometimes I would get my snake and just chase her around the house, and she'd be screaming.
Who got you the snake?
I don't remember.
It just showed up, and you're like, "Hi."
it just showed up, and I was like, it was weaving hand signs, and it just came into my hand.
He just did a
How old were you
jutsu.
when you got it?
It's not that old, Jay. It's been through 3 girls. So I
How
got
old were
around
you
like
when
10th
you got it?
grade.
You just found the snake in your brother's land. You're like, we're friends now.
I mean, I would, because the ball pythons are really easy to tell what they are. They
I
have a
don't
very
think
distinct color.
I don't think I've told anyone my dog, like one of my dog's real name. Have I told you guys Leo's real name?
What is it, Ryuchi or something?
Leonardo.
My dog Leo,
Leonard.
the little scared boy, scared of his own shadow, right? His name is
Gilgamesh.
Leonidas.
I can't believe it.
We didn't name him that. He's
That's
not our
freaking
dog,
funny.
technically. It was like around Mother's Day,
Brandon's a
I
dog
believe.
thief.
Yeah, around Mother's Day, my friend or my dad was talking to one of his friends, and they're like, "Yeah, we got this dog, and we can't take care of him anymore." And so my dad was like, "I'll take it," and then he got it. Boy, does he regret that.
Was it like the worst out of your 3 dogs?
Yeah, kinda. He's always peeing inside the house. Recently, he licked a toad and started foaming at the mouth. He also has like asthma or something because he coughs and it sounds like Nick doing the turtle noise. Like, and this is nonstop. Like, this is all day. All day he's coughing like that. I look at him and I'm like, "You poor baby," and my dad's like, "Idiot, you beat the house."
Imagine like your dog just chilling there, laying down, just like having a nice day. Then it gets scared of its shadow, then runs and pees.
No, he doesn't pee out of fear. He just like goes around the corners of the house. He's like, I must mark my territory like my ancestors once did.
Nah, your dog gets scared of
And
its,
then he sees a spider. He's like,
now your dog pees in fear, and then runs, and then and then it stops, and it's like.
no, he just does it all. That's just how he is.
That's how he
He doesn't
breathes.
even like engage in any physical activity. He's just sitting there at our house, like just in the living room, chilling there, drinks water or something, living his normal dog life, and then he just starts breathing like that. I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And then he just looks at me and he goes, and I'm like, "Wow, I have no idea what that means."
It's alright, my German Shepherds always stick their freaking snout in your butt or your crotch, and I hate it.
Oh, that's what one of Brandon's dogs does. Not your butt, but the other one.
Yeah, that's Buddy. He goes up to you, he sniffs you, and sometimes he is like, it's a little too close. He's like, hey, buddy, take me out to drink first. And he looks at you because he's a dog, and he doesn't understand what that means.
All right. Well, this is where we end the podcast here.
Talking about my dog.
Yeah, your dog being your dog being a
Pervert.
pedophile.
I should also say he's the only dog allowed on beds.
Oh wow,
he's a dog that's allowed
he's a
to
real
sleep
ladies'
on
man,
beds
isn't
and
he?
couches.
Oh,
No, he's just retarded. He doesn't listen to us.
We'll just end it there,
All
I
right.
think that's
well,
perfect.
we're gonna
We're
wear
like,
clean
buddy,
socks.
get off the couch. And he's like, no.